Hi guys, welcome back to Meraki Memories. So this video is going to be about like a chat video about just to kind of get to know me, advice about college and some facts about me. So simple question, what is my name? I go by Ali in literally everything, college, friends, anything, literally if you can think about it, I go by that. It's not my legal name at the moment, but I don't know if I'm going to go by that as my legal name. But it is just the name I go by. I go by two other names online. One is my creative name, one is just a name that I do quite like and I'm trying out for myself. Same with my last name. So I will never mention my last name because I absolutely hate it. I'm 19 years old. I live in the UK. I'm from like the Cambridgeshire area. My favourite colour, probably dark blue at the moment. Literally like a dark blue, like an Evie from Descendants kind of blue. Love that. And favourite seasons, probably autumn, because it's like a nice mix of like cold and warm. It's not like too warm, it's not too cold, it's like perfect. And it looks really pretty as well there. To be fair, people always would say that I'm a night person, but I feel like I'm a bit of a mix of both. It probably just depends on the day, what's happening, or what's happened the night before. To be fair, think about my favourite drink. My favourite drink at the moment is probably a black currant with lemonade with ice. It is to die for. I saw it on somebody else's video when they did a video, and honestly never tried it until a couple of days ago, and it was fantastic. I have it like every day now if I can. If you want to preserve your lemonades and juice, don't have a big glass like I normally do. I love animals. I do like cats and dogs, but if I had to choose, it'd probably be dogs. The first animal I was introduced to, I absolutely hated animals as a child. So as I grew up, I did like them. I did do animal care in college, but I wouldn't say I would do it again. Favourite TV show? I don't think I've really got one. I'm willing to take things, but favourite musical is completely different. Same with favourite film as well. To be fair, I can't choose favourite film either because there's just so many. But favourite musical, at the moment I'm gonna have to say 9 to 5 or 6. 6 because I've seen it so many times, and 9 to 5 it is just that good a musical not to get a mention. But to be fair, I'm willing to try new musicals, and I do love quite a lot of musicals, but I need to see them in person first before I can actually judge if I like them, not just from the bells, from certain clips I've seen online, or from the movie it's come from. Kind of got to judge it all, really, and if I actually like it. My favourite artist, I don't actually really think I have one at the moment, because at the moment I listen to more musicals than like specific artists, but I do listen to quite a lot of artists, so I really can't mention a lot of them at the moment. I am trying to also get into reading to actually help as well. So yeah, I think my favourite hobby is actually musical theatre. It's not a hobby, but I would say like dance, acting and singing, all are hobbies, and I do love that. I'm currently probably just obsessed with musicals. I talk about them all the time. I've literally booked a tour for this week to go and see theatre, like the behind the scenes things. I've booked Heathers. I'm booking shows next year when I can. I am broke AF, but yes. My dream job is to just be in a theatre. I don't care if it's backstage, front of house, anything. I will literally happy just be, or even like those stage door crew. I would happy be on stage or behind the scenes. I'd rather be on stage because it is where I am happy, but behind the scenes seems really cool as well, and they help put a team together. So I think that's definitely my dream job. Yeah, they're some of like the basic questions a lot of people would kind of like ask somebody. But also, the first fact about me is me and my mate are starting a podcast next year. It will not be under our names, for multiple reasons. Really, to be fair, hers is only one thing. But yeah, mine, one of the reasons was purely just because she said that she got bullied and I just wanted her to make her feel to be better to using another name, so I thought, go by another name. And to be fair, mine's also for a couple of other reasons. Mine's also the same reason as hers, as well as trying to make her feel comfortable, and purely just other reasons as well. But yeah, we've got a name. We cannot wait to start that next year when I start media. If you can't tell, musical theatre is literally like my favourite thing in the world at the moment. It's fantastic. I love it. We would not have it any other way. I literally enjoy being creative and creating things as well. Creativity is just part of me. It's what I've loved since childhood, and it's what I would like to carry on and just do as I will. So this is also probably a question. My favourite place at the moment is literally Greece. It is fantastic. I have loved it since Mamma Mia. That just scared the hell out of me. I love Mamma Mia. Literally, and it is like a beautiful place to go. I would love to go there one day. That is a dream destination of mine. I literally always have music on. You would probably not find me without music. It's a rarity I do not have music on, literally. If I do not have music on, then there is something wrong with me, literally. I literally love anything cosy. Like, I will try and have a cosy evening to myself, because things can get quite hectic, so it is just nice to kind of have like a cosy evening, really. Yeah. I'm also a bit of a collector as well. I've collected like programs which I could do a video on, but I collect random things, and half the time I don't actually use them. Yeah, do not need to go there. I literally can't really think now. My favourite place I've visited has to be Scotland. It's literally the only place that would count as an international holiday that I visited, and I'm part Scottish, so if I don't choose it, I feel like I'm a bit, I love writing. I've tried to journal and to keep a diary since like year 7 due to a lot of things, and then I thought it'd be handy to carry it on after everything stopped. But for the life of me, I cannot sit down and journal about it. I do love writing, and I do try. Yeah, as much as I struggle, I love things organised, and it does stress me out a little bit. I do try, but I'm a massive failure at that. It'll probably be easier once I move out, which I am hoping be this year or next year. I'm almost 20. I should at least start thinking. And then that's all I can really think of for some facts. Then things like advice about college, things like I wish I knew before college. This is going to be my 5th year for college. I've been in college for 4 years. This is my 2nd college I've been to. Love it so much. So there's so many advice that I wish I could go back and tell myself as the 16-year-old student who left at year 11, overthinking everything, and literally got stressed about every little detail. Like, it is fine. So the first thing is, it's okay if you don't make any friends within the first day. That I think it took me at least maybe a week to make friends. I talked to people in my class, obviously, but it took a little bit for me to actually make a friend and then make friends within my class. Like, we're all now really close. It will take time. Don't rush into it, and sometimes being alone is okay. It's not the end of the world if you don't make friends. If you want to make friends, try and put yourself out there, but don't rush it. It will obviously take time. You were there from September until June, sometimes a bit before that, it is fine. You will make friends eventually. And college is less stricter than school. When I started college, we had a dress code. It wasn't that strict, but we were doing childcare, so it did make sense. But from that point on, we didn't have a dress code. Performing arts did, but they were laid back of what you wore, as long as it was black and you could move in it. But obviously, if you're doing things like uniform services, you're obviously going to have, or like a sporty thing, you're obviously going to have like a dress code for that course. But most courses, you really do not need a dress code. They're not that strict. College is quite laid back. Like, they're not your mates, but they are a lot laid back, because you don't call them by the last name. It's always first name basis. You can have a laugh with them. They're not that strict. Obviously, you've got rules to follow, as like every single education area, but sometimes, depending on the staff member, it's not that bad. It just depends who you have. You don't need to have everything figured out. Like, I've just finished performing arts. I'm going into media. I've done 4 years of college. I've never done the same course twice. So I've done childcare, 2 years of foundation, but it was 2 different courses. So one was bridge to education, is when I did animal care, and the other one was developing work skills, which is obviously in the title, what helps you with your work skills. And then I've just done performing arts. I'm going into media. I'm going to carry on media after, if I like it that much. But you don't need everything figured out. A lot of staff members are like, even they don't know what they want to do, but they're all teachers. You don't have to have your whole life figured out, and it is fine. And it goes into the next thing: ask questions. Staff are there to help. Don't be scared. I get sometimes meeting new people, it can be scary, but it's not. Since I started, I haven't had a bad teacher, like a lecturer. I've been scared to ask questions because some of them come up a bit more strict than others, but staff members are there to help. And most classes have support staffs because they're required for a lot of students. So if you feel like you can't ask the teacher, just ask the support staff. They're there to help. Your class is there to help. Everybody in college is there to help. Don't be scared. No question is stupid. Okay, no matter what anybody says, no question is stupid. Because if you're thinking it, most times somebody else is thinking that question and is too scared to speak up. And if nobody's speaking up, you don't understand what you're doing for that. Because, for example, we had to have a presentation at the end of performing arts. It was just before the half term, and I was so scared 2 days before this presentation that my support staff was like, right, let's go and speak to your lecturer about it, see if she's in. She wasn't. She's not going to show up until our lesson, which makes sense. So we spoke to one of my other tutors, and she's like, I'll do you a checklist. If you don't ask, you don't get. That is my motto at this point. If you don't ask, you are not going to get it. And sometimes if you ask, then at least you can get one for everybody. Everybody got that checklist. They had it there as an option. And also, I'm the only one out of my class that didn't need to get a question asked, and I'm the only one who used the checklist. So use the resources that they give you. They are there to help you, and 9 out of 10 times it could actually pay off. It's better to ask, otherwise you're not going to get it. You're not going to understand anything. And then you are literally going to fail, because my teacher's like, if you don't do this, you are going to fail. But they're not going to push you into doing it. They're like, are you ready? They will never push you into something you don't want to do. Obviously, you've got to do things, but they'll like, take your time. You can do it another day, or do it in front or not in front of people. It just depends how bad you are. I was an absolute mess that day, but my tutor was like, you can do it in front of people. And I think because my class, everybody within both classes did offer to not look, and I'm like, yeah, that might actually help. But I've got the most supportive friends ever, and I knew they wanted to see me shine doing that. But yeah, just ask. Don't ask, you don't get. These probably sound a bit stupid, the next ones, but bring a water bottle and snacks, and sometimes there'll be more than one. Colleges do have water fountains, but sometimes a lot of people like to bring just more than one, just to make sure. Because if you don't get to a water fountain, or you don't have time to go, it's best to have a backup just in case, because a lot of teachers sometimes don't like you leaving at the start of the lesson, unless it is generally something quite important. But it sounds stupid. I've been told this in September, but I don't listen for multiple reasons, but I won't get into that. But yeah, because my college has lockers, so you can get a locker, you can get the deposit back at the end of the year, but so you can stick things in your locker. They're all at the main campus, but you can have a locker throughout the year. Because sometimes you don't know if you're going to have time to eat. Break is only 15 minutes, and my campus has two, one for the course I'm doing and one for all the other courses and maths and English. So sometimes you're not going to have time to eat because you're spending your breaks and lunches going back and forth from each campus. So sometimes it's nice just to have things with you, or even in your locker, so you can have time to eat, because you can just pick it up, go, or just have it in your bag, so at least you have it there. And sometimes if you get busy, you forget to eat, and you have something. And especially during the weather, sometimes it's nice just to have something in case you do need it. And then charge your phone before leaving. Cannot stress this enough. The amount of times that I haven't charged my phone before I left, like I'm on it in the morning before I have to leave at 7:30. I wake up at like 5 sometimes, so I'm on it for at least 2 hours, and then the battery's like halfway. I take a taxi in the morning, so I do kind of need one of my phones. Many people don't charge their devices before they leave, and they think, oh, I'll be fine, it'll last. We're at college from 9, sometimes a bit earlier, because you've got to get there from there. So most people are there probably from about 8 till about 4:30. So that's like well over 8 hours, and you're gonna need your phone. Or bring a power bank with you. Always have a power bank or a charger. They do allow you to charge your devices. They say it's got to be power tested, but I don't think many people's are. But bring a charger with you. Then at least you can charge it at college if you do forget. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. I know it's easier said than done, because I did this since starting college. Like, I'm like, do you know what, I'm not good enough, everybody seems to be more put together than me. And actually, no, nobody is. We have done 2 shows this year with a bunch of coursework since September, and I've always been like, I'm the one who has been late on most of my coursework. My tutors don't care. They're like, as long as you get it in by this day, by the end of the day, or whatever, they don't care. But it's like, I've been just thinking I've got to be perfect. I'm the injured student with a bunch of health issues that I'm kind of hiding from people. We did a little dance in front of the level 2s, and our tutors in December, we did a dance and an acting piece, and we had to do a song. I was shitting myself. So scared. But I didn't. I think I was more scared for the singing, because it was a solo song, while everything else was with other people. And at that time, I just couldn't sing. I was a terrible singer. I kept having panic attacks, like, every day that week, that month, for like the last 4 weeks of that. But I was so grateful. The staff were there for me. They really did not care. They tried to calm me down. But as soon as I finished, everybody just erupted for me, and I was like, do you know what? I was the last person to go as well, which sometimes is harder because other people go before you, and they're sometimes better. But one of my classmates was in the wings singing along with us, and I could kind of like hear her outside of me, and it was just nice to have that support. It's weird, but it's nice. Deadlines come round faster than you think. Like, since May, we've had a deadline for media. It's a requirement to do a video of why we want to join media. So I've done that today. I've been trying to do it for the last 3 months. And the deadline is 17th of August. I'm like, I keep telling people, like, oh, it's not going to come around as fast. And it's literally almost here in less than a month. They do come on faster than you think, but just speak to your teacher the day that it's due. Like, our deadlines were like a week sometimes. Unless it was this year. From January to Feb to like the end, it wasn't that bad. But in September, we literally had like a deadline that was a week from the day that she set it to the next lesson we had help with. From the Thursday to the Thursday. I was stressing. I finished the work, I just didn't hand it in on time. And I'm like, oh yeah, I finished it. Do I need to add anything else? They're like, fine, just speak to your tutors. College is not much older. They're not going to be that stressed about a deadline. Unless it obviously is the end of the year and you need that piece of work to get handed in. Then yeah, fair enough. But try and do it before the deadline, but they're not that strict if you don't get it on time. But they do come around faster than you think. Like, we had to keep postponing our show, but that came around faster than we thought. I had to play 3 roles. Only had 4 rehearsals for one of them. I was terrified. I was petrified. And I was level 1, so we had to go first. I was honestly so scared because I had to remember 3 characters' lines, had to remember costumes for each of those characters, had to remember a costume for the dance, we had to remember a whole dance, had to remember a song, a prop for the song, and just had to remember when I was going on, and I almost passed out as well during rehearsals. And I'm like, oh my god. I felt so much during the actual show as well. When I had to go off side, I was with one of the stage managers on the side, and she's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine," because I don't want her to call up to my tutors and like say, pull the student now. They should not be dancing with different lines. I'm like, I don't fancy that, because that is part of the performance. I can't just sit out and be like, "Where is the student?" Plus, it was before the dance, and me and one other student who was behind me had to hold up our wands because I couldn't dance. So it was like so scary. But yeah, they do come on faster than you think, but once it's there, it is over with and you can breathe. This also probably sounds a bit stupid, but get enough sleep as you can. As somebody who hasn't slept that well since childhood, I've got not anorexia, what's this called? Insomnia. That's the one. Anorexia is an eating disorder. Have that as well. But anywho, as somebody who has insomnia since I was a child, it is hard to get asleep. But sometimes, if you do it during summer, or at least a few weeks before you go back, then at least it's a routine for when you get back. And don't try and get it screwed up during like when you are off, because then it's going to be hard when you go back. So sometimes it's just kind of try and keep that routine. It's hard and it sounds stupid because I know a lot of people do struggle with sleep, which is fair enough, but when you can, do try, especially if you've got a big project due or coming up. Like if you're doing performing arts or like a physical thing or like a really active thing, definitely try and get enough sleep because you're going to need that. And I've had tutors worry, I do not need that again, and I don't think anybody else does. Then next, take breaks. You don't have to be productive every second of the day. You can take breaks when you want to. Like, you don't have to work 24 hours a day. As somebody who has been unwell and still went into education, like, people call me good teachers, but it is just doing what we're supposed to. It's the bare minimum of education. But literally, it's like, just take breaks when you can. It can be 5-10 minutes every here and then. You don't have to work for a productive hour. Like, in school, they're like, work for, and you've got homework school, but you've got to do your homework for an hour, which I think was a bit ridiculous, because we are still children. It's a bit ridiculous, but like, just take breaks when you can. Like, you don't have to work all the time. Everybody needs a break, and I mean everybody needs a break when they can. And as somebody who also does this, who doesn't take breaks and works myself to the point I get so overwhelmed and feel really unwell, and then still go to class, I probably haven't learned my lesson, but take breaks, you need it. And then this one, cannot stress this one enough, the amount of times that I've lost work, thought I lost work, or had to have my tutor like find my work for me. Save your work in more than one place. So in college we use drives, but save it, or at least send it to yourself through your college email to your personal. Then at least you have got it. Save it in more than one place. You can save it in more than one drive accounts, like your personal and your college, but just save it in more than one account. Then you know you've got it, and then when your tutor asks for it, at least you could be like, here it is, even if it is not in your main drive. The amount of times that my class lost work and we had to find it, or had to redo it, that literally almost happened to me last week of college. My tutor was like, find this little sheet you did for us for your show, and I'm like, I know I've done it, I don't know where it is. She's like, yeah, I remember you being here. I've only missed a week of college because I couldn't get there. So I'm like, I know I've got this. I've been here every single day since January, have not missed a day. I found it in the end, but cannot stress it. Save it in your personal drive, your college drive, send it to yourself, so at least you've got it in multiple places. And if you could save it anywhere else, that would be good as well. then have your bag packed the night before. Then at least you're not running around in the morning, stressing. It's like getting your clothes out the night before. I know a lot of people do this, but some don't. It's like, then you don't have to stress about what you're going to wear, what you're going to put on. You can just get up. I don't know. Get up, brush teeth, get dressed, grab your bag, breakfast if you eat it, get a drink, or whatever you do in the morning. It makes life 10 times easy. And then enjoy the experience instead of worrying about everything being perfect. Nobody is perfect. We are not Mary Poppins. Not everyone is perfect. Your work doesn't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect. They don't care as long as you show up and do what you were supposed to do. It's just enjoy it instead of worrying. I spent the last 4 years of my life worrying about college. And I wish I was there instead of just... I wish I was making memories with my friends instead of just worrying about assignments. Even our tutors have said at the beginning of the year, don't worry about everything. Everything is fine and it will be fine. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts, because it will be over in a flash of light, and it will. We've got 3 months off. From September until June, it goes by really fast. Before we knew it, we were at our show, our last show together, performing one last time with each other. We're all going separate ways. Some of us can't do level 2 next year, so we're all going our separate ways. Some are still doing it. But luckily I'm doing media, so I could probably still see them. Then make memories, not just assignments. I made so many memories this year and I wish I captured them. So if you want to keep memories, capture the memories. It is so good to have. I've got some photos and some memories that I can have. I can even watch back our show we did, because we've got that. But it does not matter as long as you're making memories with people you love. Because you will make friends, you will make memories. It is not the end of the world if you don't make friends by the end of the year. It's fine. Really does not matter. And just don't stress. Just enjoy your year. It goes by faster than you think. It's like school. A lot of people are like, oh, I wish I could have school and stuff. Like, I miss it. I'm gonna miss my teachers. Some of my teachers. I'm gonna miss all my friends and some of my classmates. Yeah, it goes by faster than you think. Before I knew it, I was in year 11, finishing my last GCSE, finishing for school, then prom. My school life wasn't the greatest, but there's still memories. I did still make some decent memories in school. Not a lot, but I did make some. But like, capture it, take it in. Don't just be with your mates or be with somebody and sit on your phone 24 hours all the time. It is honestly terrible. Just make the memories and be present. If you're not present, you're never going to make memories, and sometimes you will regret not making memories by the end of the year, especially if you decide to part ways. Because this is how my mates are going to find out. But I'm going to do all 3 levels of media, since it goes up to level 3 as far as I am concerned, and then I'm not going back after that year. I am potentially going to take a gap year, and I'm going to move to Scotland. So this is how my mates have got to find out. But yes, but as much as I really want to do performing arts at college, I just think I just need a fresh start after what happened this year. I just need to get out of there and have a fresh start. Hence why media is probably the perfect fresh start for me, but I just need it. But yeah, just don't worry about your future. I know I am, but as somebody who's injured, I've kind of got to, because if I want to do performing arts, I've got to make sure my leg is sorted and my health is sorted. But just focus on your course, then you can decide if you want to do it the following years. I want to do performing arts, but after what happened this year at college with some people, I thought a fresh start is probably better for me. But I'm going to finish media, do that up until level 3, potentially take a gap year, and then go off to Scotland. But yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you feel like you know me a little bit better now, and hope some of this advice will help with you. So if you are starting college soon, or like starting secondary school soon, or going into a new year, good luck. You have got this. I wish you the best of luck. You just don't give up with anything. You have got this. Right, so I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.